We started by saying there are three basic properties of sound: pitch, loudness, and timbre. We looked at pitch, we looked at loudness, intensity levels, and so on. Now we come to the third and final property, which is quality or timbre. Now, let's say we have two sources of sound, both of which generate sound at more or less same frequency, same loudness. But still, you are able to differentiate between them, right? For example, I have a piano and a guitar. Both are playing at the same volume, same loudness, and more or less the same frequency. But you still can identify this sound is coming from a piano, this is from a guitar. How is it? Because there is something unique to each source of sound which helps you differentiate. And not just in terms of musical instruments, even if two of your friends are speaking at the same frequency and same volume, you can still identify this is this fellow's voice and this is this fellow's voice. So that is because there is something unique to each source of sound. So that something unique is what we call quality or timbre. So a characteristic that differentiates complex sounds of identical pitch and loudness. So how does this differentiation occur? It is based on three properties: attack decay, vibrato tremolo, and harmonic content. Attack decay refers to how the sound begins and how it ends. So some musical instruments, for example, you press a key or you pluck the string and immediately you will get a sound, a sharp note. Similarly, you stop pressing the key or you leave the string, immediately the sound will die down. Attack and decay. Whereas in other instruments, it starts from almost zero volume and slowly builds up to maximum level of sound. And again, even when the sound is being dropped, it first slows down and then dies down completely. So there are differences in every instrument or every note you play. So that is one thing which helps you differentiate between this source and that source. That is called attack decay. Second is vibrato tremolo. Vibrato tremolo is what happens between the start and the end, or between the attack and the decay. So if you have, let's say, two people, one is a professional singer and the other is not trained in singing, and if you ask both of them to sing the R note sustained for as long as they can, you'll notice two things. Firstly, the professional can sing it for a much longer duration than the novice, and secondly, the amateur singer, his or her voice will start shaking after some time. There will be trembling, whereas the professional, they'll hold a sustained note. So that is a difference. So what happens between the start and the end, whether it is sustained uniform frequency or whether there are small tremblings, ups and downs, that refers to your vibrato tremolo. And the third one is the harmonic content. Harmonic content. Now, before we discuss what exactly harmonic content is, I want you to know that there is no source of sound on earth which generates sound at a single frequency. There is a fundamental frequency, which is the basic frequency at which a source generates sound, but even that source will generate sound waves at 4 or 5 frequencies within a range. So for example, if I am speaking at 100 Hz, if I say, what it means that the basic frequency at which I am speaking is 100 Hz, let's say the average frequency. That does not mean every sound wave coming out of my throat is at 100 Hz frequency exactly. There might be some 95, some 105, some 99, some 110. It will be a range, a plus or minus 10 Hz something range. The average is 100, which is why I say my fundamental frequency is 100. So now, and this holds for every source of sound in the universe. It could be a human, an animal, an instrument, anything that produces sound. It cannot produce sound at a single frequency. There will always be some small range of frequencies which it produces. So what harmonic content says is, when I say source A and source B are producing sound at the same frequency, I mean that the fundamental frequency is same, but the other frequencies, the overtones which they produce, will be different. And that helps us to distinguish between source A and source B. For example, if I say a piano and guitar are both playing at the same frequency of 500 Hz, it means the fundamental frequencies of both the instruments are 500. But the piano may give rise to waves at 500, 505, 510, 515, for example, and the guitar could be 500, 501, 502, 503. So analyzing those overtones, those additional frequencies, helps me differentiate between source A and source B.